Welcome to Unit 2. Let's dive in. In this unit, we'll tackle the question, what is literature anyway? It's the topic of your short paper in this unit, which is due the first week in March. To help us with this question, I've identified 6 works of American nature writing that I think count as literature. I think so. Several of them come from this book, the Norton Anthology of Nature Writing, which means they must be important, right? I've also selected works from a variety of writers, including Annie Dillard, one of my favorite writers ever, Bill McKibben, Senator Kenny Brown, and the Pope. I've put you into 2 groups and divided up these readings. So in Group A, you have 3 assigned readings, and Group B has 3 assigned readings. Each group has your own book club forum. That's found in the book club tab. Decide amongst yourself who will become the expert in each of the readings. Your formal post will be about that reading and the opportunity to respond, and then you'll also be able to read each other's posts across groups. Maybe it's a little complicated, but the idea is you are exposed to 6 works of literature while focusing in on one that you get to choose. Now, another thing that we're going to do here in Unit 2 is learn some literary devices. That makes sense, right? It's a literature course. So we might as well learn some fancy language to talk about literature. This will help us with our definition, and of course, you'll use these terms in your paper. I've added a website that lists hundreds of literary terms. I want you to start by picking 3. Choose something that maybe you've never heard of or something that interests you, but you're not sure you could use it perfectly confidently. You'll include your own definition and your own example, ideally something related to sustainability, climate change, or something from one of our readings. So I'll give you some examples. One of the literary devices is personification. This one's too easy. Everybody knows what that is. That's when an animal or an inanimate object is given human qualities. So that one's too easy. Another term on that list is prologue. This is interesting. We know what it is. In Laudato Si, Pope John Paul uses an extended prologue where he invokes saints and previous spiritual leaders, setting an important precedent for the impact of his encyclical. So that's an example of the use of a prologue as a literary device. An even more interesting term that's on there is deus ex machina. This comes from Greek tragedies, and it refers to kind of a cheat that a writer uses where something may be supernatural or like a silver bullet comes to wrap up the plot. So spoiler alert, I'll tell you that our next novel, Islands at the Edge of the World, actually uses a deus ex machina. Okay, so those are 3. Now, because I've already done those 3, you can't use those 3. It's first come, first serve. So post what's interesting to you, and then your posts, your examples, these literary terms will become the questions on the midterm quiz. The quiz is going to open on February 25th, and if you pay attention, you'll be writing the questions to the quiz. So you'll know all the questions in advance. So 2 formal posts, 1 short paper, and then on the informal boards, you can post definitions and descriptions, examples of as many literary devices as you like, and they're all fair game for the midterm quiz. Sound fun? That's the plan.